let's say that company P wants to merge with company S. Typically, company P would need to get the approval of company S's shareholders. However, there's an exception to that, and it's called a short-form merger. This is available when company P and company S already have a parent and subsidiary relationship, and company P owns substantially all of company S's shares. So the question is, well, what is substantially all? Well, in the United States, it depends on which state you're in. Some states, the threshold is 90%. So let's just use 90% then. So if P owned 90% of S's shares, or 91%, 92%, something like that, P could go and basically force a merger without S's shareholders having any say about it. So shareholder approval would not be needed. So if there's some shareholders at S say, you know what, I don't like this merger, I don't think this should happen, they do not get a vote. Okay? Now, you could see a short form merger as part of a two-step deal where you basically have, so let's say the company P, they first acquire 90% of company T. Okay, so T, let's say that they're the target. Right, so they first acquire 90% of their shares via a tender offer. What is a tender offer? If you don't know, basically company P would send letters to T shareholders and say, listen, we're willing to pay $45 a share and so forth in the next 2 weeks. And if you accept the deal, say yes. And so let's say they do that and they get 90% of T shares. And let's just say in this state that 90% is the threshold for being able to do a short form merger. Then, in a second step, basically now because it qualifies as a short form merger, P can say, okay, look, we're going to freeze out company T's remaining shareholders. We're going to say, we're going to go through and do a merger now. So now T is going to merge into P, or we could have P merge into T. It could go either way. One is called upstream, one is called downstream. And so we could have them merge, and the remaining shareholders of T, they might say, you know what, I don't agree with this or whatever. And we said, look, it doesn't matter. You don't get to vote on this, okay, because this qualifies as short form merger. And so company T shareholders, they might just be forced to accept some type of compensation. Now, as I said, these mergers can be upstream or downstream. Upstream is when the sub merges into the parent, and then downstream is when the parent merges into the subsidiary.